So kia ora, friends. Welcome. I am blessed and honoured and really happy to be with a dear friend, Allan Knight. And he is going to be talking with you and with us today around how we can tap into our slowest mode of thinking and reveal more of who we are on the inside. So thanks for coming at short notice, Allan. It's great to be with you.
It is an honor to be with you. You're a wonderful person. You're wise, and anytime I get a call or a contact from this young lady, I'm there to do whatever she asks me to do. So here I am. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Allan. How has slow helped you as a person?
Everything. It's helped in every way, because when I look back and I look at my life, what led me to become a monk? Like, I lived, as you know, as a Zen monk for 9 years. I was about 21 years at the time. I was taking a bachelor in psychology. I always knew that I was going to help people in some form, teaching, coaching, training. Didn't know how. I was always attracted to the concept of soulmates, but I knew that if I was going to attract deep connections, then I was going to have one with myself. But when I was 19, my father died, and I was confused. And I took a year off university, traveled the world, country to country, city to city, country to country. And I said, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Is that all there is? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? So at a very young age, maybe being a bit of an old soul, I felt a spiritual void, an emptiness inside that I was really looking for. And then I had my life-changing experience when I came close to dying on the desert one day, and I freaked out. I was scared out of my head. Up until then, I was pretty atheistic, wasn't religious at all. And then when I got back to Montreal, where I currently live, I met these two people who were living at what was called a Zen meditation center. And their eyes were calm, clear, centered. They invited me there. There were about 40 of them. Calm, clear, centered. I want that. I moved in, lived like a monk for 9 years until I missed women too much. And then I left the monastery.
So, see, that's the humorous bit, everyone. So can you just tell us how you carried the monastery out with you? Because I know that you didn't give up on the practice of reflection and being within yourself. So how did you bring the monastery out?
Well, it's very interesting because it's connected to everything I'm about now. Because when I left and I realized when I went back into real life, I thought, oh, well, I've connected with the Zen zone. I've learned a lot in meditation and chanting. I was the leader of chanting. I love chanting. And so I learned how to get in the Zen zone. But when I went back into society, I was still a bit of a basket case, to be honest with you. So I went back to get a master's in education and counseling psychology. And my thesis was the quality of relationships with others is founded on the quality of relationship you have with yourself. And then I said, okay, I want to embark on understanding. I want to coach. I want to help people, but I want to develop something, because I went to a lot of rah-rah seminars, which were great. But then after coming home 2 days later, after a workshop, I was back to the same place. And I realized that rah-rah motivation or reading books alone is not going to do it. So I went into the laboratory, so to speak, started coaching and training and learning more about each individual that I was coaching and more about myself. And it culminated in developing a formula, which I believe connected a lot of the dots. It wasn't just one aspect of who we are, because I think if we're going to calm down and live, the word you use is slow. Did you say slow?
Slow brainwaves.
All right. If we're going to live that kind of life, it's going to take a holistic approach to it, because I realized that I was teaching a friend of mine at those early days how to meditate, and she had a lot of anger. And the more she meditated, the more angry she got. And then I realized, oh, hold it, there's more to this than just meditation. So I, over years of being in the laboratory, so to speak, created my 9-step formula, which connects the mind, the rational mind, to the emotion, to the intuition, to the physical action, to ultimately our communication. So if we work on all of those things simultaneously, it becomes like an inner multiple vitamin that we're taking. And if we do that, not only can we fast track our ability to feel inner peace, inner tranquility, mental toughness, focus, but then we actually start mastering our communication skills, because I realized even in communication, 80% of our communication comes from the inside out. If I'm psychologically emotional in turbulence, too much anger, stress, anxiety, sadness, melancholy, that's going to affect my communication with other people. Guess why we have so many dysfunctional relationships in our world? Because we have dysfunctional relationship with the self. So over the years, I've created that formula, the foundation of which is inner fitness and self-mastery, and that oozes out into communication mastery. In a nutshell, I hope that answered your question.
Sort of does, but I'm going to ask you a hard question, because if you're, say, a bit thick, like, and I'm going to,
If I'm what?
If you're like me, if you're a little bit slow and thick, and we can't cope with 9, what is one thing that people can do to like calm themselves so that they can get into that space where they can relearn some of those patterns and they can embark upon more of a holistic system? But what is the one, or maybe it's 2, you know, what are the small things that we can do to slow ourselves down to become receptive to this lifelong journey?
Okay, so to answer that question, I have to say it depends on the person. And I'm not trying to play games with this. What I mean is, and I'll give you 2 or 3 samples, so I'll keep this really practical. If I'm talking to someone that has a lot of resentment and anger and holds grudges toward others, and it's still there, then they can't bypass that. They're going to have to deal with learning how to let go emotional, psychological turbulence, which is keeping them from tapping into the Zen zone blue sky, if you will. And so they might have to, at that time, learn how to forgive. So I teach people a power healing letter, how to let go of grudges, anger toward others. And then 2B is, most of the people that I've trained in my life, the one issue more than anything is most of us are too self-critical and hard on ourselves. So second part of that equation is learn how to forgive yourself for being so hard on yourself all these years. So if that's all you do, it's not enough, but if that's all you do and learn to release some of that negativity, you will then slow down the crazy mind, I call it mind gone wild, the crazy emotional psychological mind. So that's one aspect. Let's say someone is not that. Someone just has some negative thinking, negative, poor image. They don't think they're attractive. They don't think they're worthy to have a great relationship. So in step number 4, which is the inner fitness step, that's where we got to build our inner muscles. That's where we replace the negativity with positivity. So here's one little tip. Here's one little practical tool. Let's use a simple example. Let's say something was that your issue was procrastination, that you are a procrastinator, because a lot of people are procrastinators. So if you're a procrastinator, your rational mind, consciously or unconsciously, is saying, I'm a procrastinator. Oh, I put things off. Oh, I'll do that later. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. You're certainly not saying, I am a take action person. I am a take action. You're not doing that because you're a procrastinator. So subconsciously or consciously, we have these thoughts, and we know what affirmations are, but affirmations, not just simple affirmations, don't work effectively. You've got to connect the affirmation of the mind to emotion, to action. So here's a little example. You take out a pen and paper, and on the left-hand side, called affirmation, you write something like, I am a take action person. Now let's say you're a procrastinator, that's a lie. And we want a lie. So I am a take action. On the right side, you put reaction. So your reaction for the first stage is going to be, it's going to go like this. I am a take action person. No, I'm not. Go back. I am a take action person. Bullshit. I am a take action person. No way. I'm a take action person. What a stupid exercise. I'm a take action person. Alan's an idiot. And that's going to be the resistance stage. You like the Allan Knight's an idiot part.
No, it's just the
So
way you said it. It
I
was
know,
like...
I know. I'm only teasing. So the first step is the resistance stage, because the resistance is in us. We have that resistance, but now we're pounding away at the opposite. Keep going. Then eventually you're going to have what's called the weakening stage. I am a take action person. Well, we'll see. Oh, the right side's now weakening. We'll see. I don't know. I'll get back to you. Keep going until you get to what we call the power stage. I am a take action person, and you could feel it. And then you write it down 6 times without saying anything on the right, writing anything on the right side. When you're done, you put your pen down, you stand up. Now you take what was in the mind into emotion. You verbalize that for 2 or 3 minutes. I am a take action person. And you do that for 2-3 minutes. Then minimum 15 to 20 minutes, you take an action that you decided what the action was going to be before you started the exercise. If you do that, you will learn how to transform any negative pattern that you have, and you're going to get in that zone, and that will calm you down, because your mind now is going to be reprogramming negativity to positivity. Your emotions are going to get involved in it, which starts the engine, the fire to start the engine in the car. And then you're going to take an action. Mind, emotion, action. It's a comprehensive approach. You do that, you're going to be a lot calmer in your life. The usual things people look, meditation balances that, because that's the mind, the rational. We reprogram the mind, but then we want to get into the Zen zone, the vortex, call it whatever you want. That's I'm in the zone. That's Zen meditation. That's hot yoga, all that stuff. You put those two together and you're building your inner fitness, and you will calm your mind down like you never did before. Except if they take your healing process, then that's faster. It's the only thing I know that's better than mine.
No, I really love that. And I really love that, because for those people out there who like to use their conscious mind rather than go through the process of learning meditation, it's a really good way of explaining how to affirm. I'm just going to share my screen. I've got it here. So this is your website, Allan, isn't it?
AllanKnight.com.
And this is how people can get in touch with you, because there is so much to learn once you start opening the door to your inner fitness. And so is this the best way for people to get in touch with you, Allan?
Yeah, for now, I will say in 2 or 3 weeks that we'll be able to access a Soulmate Revolution page that will be present here anyway on AllanKnight.com. But AllanKnight.com is currently the way to go to see what I do. They can certainly contact me, send me an email, set up a complimentary evaluation and assessment. I'm happy to do that.
Just hit the blue button. And I've been through Allan's 9-step process, and it is amazing. It's a stock take of what's going on in your mind and your body and in your soul, and how you put that into action. So I can share that that's a fantastic process. And thank you, Allan. I appreciate your time in explaining that to this idiot, and to, I know our audience aren't idiots, but to
this idiot, that was so inappropriate.
And just like, so we're going to wind up, but thank you everyone for listening, and thank you, Allan. We look forward to having you back and having some more conversations about
anytime, Carmelle.
spirituality.
Thank you so much for having me.